Hi, Stampers. Oh my goodness. It's saying it's live. This is a miracle. If it's live, this is definitely a miracle. I know I'm late. I'm really, really sorry, you guys. It's not for lack of trying. I just did 35 minutes of hardcore stressful tech. So I got some adrenaline going. This is like high adrenaline stamping now. Have we done this before? Yeah, we have, but it's been a little while, and so these tech issues really caught me off guard. Anyways, long story short, Facebook Live wouldn't recognize my camera in any way, shape, or form. And then it required 3 restarts, and I had to restart my phone too. And then, anyways, the software is now, I think, playing. So please, 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 will you comment and say, hi, you can see me? Okay. Oh my goodness, I jumped past all the introductions, all past everything. Let's try this again. Hi everyone, welcome. My name is Kelly from Stamping with Kelly, and I am a demonstrator in Canada. I've been a demonstrator for 15 and a half years. I'm so excited to be here with you live or on the replay. This is a club that I've been running for 15 years. But it's different since 2020 happened. We're now doing it live, and it's so exciting to me because now I have the ability to craft with people really from all over the world. But if you are in Canada, reach out to me because I have prepped supplies and you can actually make these cards along with me. So it's so much fun. I prep many kits each month. This month I prepped 200 kits or 200 cards for kits. So it requires a lot of work, but I know that you guys love crafting along with me, and I love stamping along with you too. Okay, Michelle's here. Ludmila, how do I say your name? Is that right? I hope so. Tell me if it is. I'm so excited that you're here. So if you're within Canada, please reach out to me. I only have 3 sets left of this month's projects. You can receive them for free with a minimum $35 order. So easy to do. Even just getting cardstock, ink, refill, and then an adhesive of your choice will pretty much take you up to that minimum. But of course, we've got so many products that are new and amazing from this mini catalog. I'm saying they're new. They feel still kind of new, but the retiring list came out. So that's going to be coming in another video. It's going to be me showing you through the catalog, what's staying, what's going, so visually you can understand what you need to put at the top of your ordering list and what can maybe wait for the next catalog, right? So the catalog that I'm talking about is our mini catalog, and we have some exciting events coming up in the next little while. If you don't have a catalog, reach out to me. I can definitely send one to you, again, within Canada. It doesn't make sense for me to send anything like that over the borders. And then you can see these products in actual catalog format. I love the catalog. That's kind of my go-to. Online is a very different shopping experience. And if you're looking for something in particular, it works well. But for me, the catalog, you got to have the catalog. So please reach out if you don't have those already. We have some new catalogs coming out next month. So kind of mid-month, I will have my sets of the new upcoming mini catalog and celebration catalogs ready to distribute. So if you would like those, just let me know. Again, send me a message. If you're watching on Facebook, you can reach out to me there, or on YouTube. Of course, you can find me at stampingwithkelly.stampinup.net as well. Let's get started to some of our announcements and specials and things like that. So every month, in addition to the club projects that you can receive for free with a minimum $35 order, if you top your order up to at least $100, you will receive an extra gift from me. And the gift this month is this gorgeous Seaside Spray metallic ribbon. We're actually going to be using this for one of our projects. I always like to incorporate my free gifts into a project so that you can see them, and maybe you'll, top up your order, or you'll want it even more, or you'll have an idea of how to use it if you've already earned it for free. We have some amazing Christmas crafting kits that are available. This is called Christmas Whimsy, and it's a part of our kits collection. So the kits collection is only available online, and the reason for that, only available for viewing online. It's not in any catalog because they're always changing and adding kits. So definitely go to stampingwithkelly.stampinup.net, and from there you can click shop now. You can browse through the headings and go to the kits collections, and you can see all of the projects there. There's some really fun stuff like a birthday card organizer. There's even like a command board, like little, it's almost like a bulletin board, but I think it's a magnet. And so you can, put your to-do list there, shopping list. You can have like little bits and pieces that, especially if you have kids, there's a lot in and out all the time. And so it's nice to have a spot where you can kind of put everything. There's some really cool kits. In addition, there is this Christmas Whimsy kit. This comes with everything that you need to make these 8 cards. As well, you'll have a stamp set and an ink spot left over that you can reuse for many other projects too. So if you're like me and you send out a lot of Christmas cards, or maybe you just want some special ones for your coworkers or your family members or something like that, this is some really easy Christmas crafting that you can do. Another one that we have, which I really like, it's non-denominational. The other one is as well. It's like Christmas trees, but it doesn't have to say a whole bunch of Christmas stuff. But this one is really special. This is All is Cozy and Bright. And you can see you've got like the festive kind of aroma. Like you can almost smell that card, right? You're looking at it, you can see the orange slices, the cinnamon, and what are those? Is it star anise? Is that what you call them? And then the boughs and the pine cones. I love these cards. And then the sayings for this one are really non-denominational too. So if you have people in your life who are celebrating other occasions other than Christmas, it's nice to have something to give to them too. That's, to celebrate their religion, or at least non-denominational to Christmas, right? We have got this really fun tag kit that just arrived. This is something different. So the last 2 kits that I've shown you there are from our kits collection, and that's something different than our Paper Pumpkin. So our Paper Pumpkin is a monthly subscription service that is delivered straight to your door on an ongoing basis. You can sign up for prepaid subscriptions in 1, 3, 6, and 12-month codes you can apply to your account, and those count towards club. So if you wanted something like this to come in the mail, you won't get this one as your first kit, you'll get next month's kit. But if you wanted something like that, get a prepaid code, you can apply it to your account, and then top your order up a little bit with some adhesive or a stamp set of your choice or something like that, and you get your club cards for free too. So if you want more information about the prepaid codes and how they work, it's basically like a gift certificate that you're purchasing for yourself and then redeeming, and it's a great way to craft. So anyways, that's a Paper Pumpkin in a nutshell. But here we've got our brand new kit that just arrived. Now, if you haven't received yours yet, spoiler alert, I'm about to open mine. I think I destroyed it last night, actually. Oh, I put it together all right. That's good. So it's like a little crafting experience in a box. So this little flyer here is advertising these fun little add-ons. These are the North Pole sacks. They come in a pack of, I think, 24, and they're about, no, maybe there's 20 in the pack, actually. And they're so cute. They're about this big, and you can, of course, ink them up and do all kinds of things with them. I think they're only $6 or $5.50 or something on the online store right now. So definitely add those on if you have some little treats that you want to give out at Christmas. And then they always advertise the next month's kit as well. So the next month's kit is going to be shipped out in mid-December. So it's a little bit late for Christmas crafting. They always do December's kit as like something totally different, so not Christmas themed. So we've got this kit here, which is November's kit. I'm available to sell that to you on December 11th. If you want one though, I've got 4 extras. Just send me your information and I'll reserve it for you, okay? The next kit here is actually making these little tiny little gift boxes for gift cards. And you can also purchase an add-on that they have. If you want this, order it now. It might even be on low inventory already, but it's got cards and envelopes in these 4 adorable colors here, and you'll definitely want to pick those up if you're wanting to make your projects into cards. I love that idea. Okay, so back to this kit. I keep getting distracted. You guys will have to try and keep me on track here. The adrenaline is like still coursing through me. So this is the stamp set that comes with it. I love it. So, so cute. So you got this great big circle here, Express Delivery North Pole. Merry Christmas, no peeking, from Santa, open me. You got ho ho ho, candy cane, joy, and you've also got to and from, and then this cute little polka dot for a background. Included in the full kit, you also receive a cherry cobbler ink spot, so that's really fun. It's a great way to build your stamping ink collection, and these work really, really well. I really like storing them too. They will give you a different color every single month for Paper Pumpkin. This is a fun twine. Looks like, gosh, what color is that? What color is that? Coastal Cabana? Maybe. And then you get all the supplies already cut out, ready to go for these 12 tags. These are really cute tags. So you make 4 of each of the 3 different designs. And now in this instruction kit, it's all like great visual instructions. And then you've got your awesome tags that you can just pop right out. So you can see, if you do them all at once, they pop out really easily. Ta-da! And so you've got 4 of each of those, right? 3 different designs. You got these fun iridescent snowflakes in a different design than the ones that we sell in the catalog. We've got some dimensionals. Oh, this glimmer paper is throwing my camera off, giving my camera a workout. This glimmer paper is easier to see from the background what you get. This is a beautiful tag. We've also got these glimmer snowflakes, which again you can see a little bit better on the back side, but we've got that beautiful glimmer. They're laser cut. It's fantastic when they do that. I really like this. When I opened this kit yesterday and discovered that the ho ho ho, you can stamp the ho 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 right over top of it, so like it's filling it in, like coloring it in. And it looks like you don't have to do that with the candy cane, but it probably coordinates as well. And then you got all these other cute little tags. Look at these fun pieces. I love that they've stamped these happy holidays and for you, because you don't have to align those then. You got the great Santa hat, which kind of coordinates with last month's kit. And then some of the bigger tags too for layering. So all of this included in the box. And if you wanted to purchase the kits from me, they are $31. And again, I'm available to sell those to you on December 11th. These come together in about half an hour, and everything is included in the box. All you have to have is a clear block that's about this big, and scissors and adhesive. Like I like supplementing with my Stampin' Seal. So a great option for you. I've been neglecting you guys. If you're commenting, oh, I love it. Oh, it's so good to see you guys catching up. Oh, so good. Yay, and Carla's on here. Okay, Ludmilla, that's awesome. Great, great, great. Okay, so another kit I'm going to talk about in a minute. This is last month's kit, but I have a little bit more to show you before we get to that point. And it is this slide here to tell you about my upcoming in-person classes. I have 2 of them, you guys. I'm so excited about this. And don't worry, I know we're going to do a lot of visiting and chatting when we're back in person. This is going to be my first in-person class in my home in, well, over 2.5 years. So I'm really looking forward to it. I am running it on 2 different days. So this Sunday, November 27th, from 1 until 4 p.m. in the afternoon, or Tuesday, November 29th, so a week from today, from 6:30 until 9:30. It's at my house in South Edmonton, and I've got my studio, well, it will be all set up, ready to go for us. And it's actually 2 classes in one. So you can choose to make 30 tags, or you can choose to make 9 shaker cards plus a bonus card for me, so 10 cards, or you can choose to make both of them. So I will have all of these supplies ready to go, and you can choose whatever you want. When you're RSVPing, just let me know how many or what you have an idea of, like 1 of each, or 2 sets of cards and 1 set of tags, or whatever you want to do. Just let me know so that I can have all the stuff prepped for you. It does take a little bit of prep, but I am so excited about this class. First of all, the tags are gorgeous, and to purchase this tag kit from Stampin' Up! When it was in the catalog, before shipping and handling and GST, it was $41. The cost of these tags, you make 30 tags, and my cost for the class is just $30. So it's a steal of a deal. And then my Christmas card shakers are taking our paper pumpkin kit from last month and taking it way up a notch. I'm going to show you in a second, and you're going to fall in love with them. Shaker cards are my favorite cards to make, and my favorite cards to give too. They're just so much fun. So this is going to give you 3 cards of 3, each in 3 different designs, and then plus an extra card that is designed by me. Now, I want to put some urgency out there. My early bird special ends tomorrow. So if you're watching this in the future, sorry, it's probably already passed. But on Wednesday, November 23rd, if you register for either one or both of these classes before midnight, you actually get an extra project from me. So if you register for the tags, you get an extra project from me. And if you register for the cards, you get an extra project from me. So if you register for both, you get 2 extra cards. And that's completely for free. You just have to register and send your payment over to me by Wednesday, November 23rd, 2022 by midnight, okay? So I hope that I am flooded with registrations tonight because I'm so excited to see you guys. All right, let's take a look at what I'm talking about when I'm talking about shaker cards. So I'll show you what the cards look like from Stampin' Up! And then I'll show you how I take them up a notch. Okay, here we go. So from the paper pumpkin kit itself, this is one of the card designs that they have provided. I am always going to give you an option too that doesn't include Santa. If Santa's not your bag, that's totally fine. We can do a snowflake option. I'm actually going to include another snowflake for you too. I'm going to die cut an extra one for you if you wanted to do that snowflake option. Can you guys see that beautiful iridescent snowflake there? And then the shaker card class that I'm offering, this is for the Tuesday and the Sunday, turns this entire card into a shaker. So can you guys see that? There's these cute little sequins that are going through the back there. So it's got a really fun interactive feel to it, and really looks like it's got lots of thickness to it. It's so pretty. So this is going to be one of the designs, and in the class you would make 3 shaker cards. So 3 of this card here. I've just given you 3 different versions. The Stampin' Up! Kit version, the snowflake version, which you can do as a shaker card, and then the true shaker card design that I have. So the next one that we have is this adorable one, which has some like vellum elements underneath this ho ho ho, and this fun snowflake with the stamping here. The snowflake version does not show well on camera, but it's really pretty in person. It's got lots of like snowflake elements here. And you guys want to see the shaker card? Look at this fun shaker card. So cute. So we've got these little sequins that are going to shake around in there. So awesome, right? And guys, I gotta say, I've priced it out, and don't try to make these shaker cards yourself. It's cheaper to come to my class, so you should really just come and register for the class. This is the final card. You'll make 3 of these as well, and we've got the little Santa there kind of showing the O, or you can choose it again, just make it joy, make it not Santa themed. And this one we're going to turn into a shaker card as well. So can you guys see that there? We've got all those little sequins in the back that are shaking around. So what I've done is included some of these foam adhesive strips, window sheets, and then we're going to be using sequins in a few different colors. So we've got these ones here, and then I've got loads of these in the other room here as well. So you've got the red, the gold, and even the yellow if you wanted to choose that one. So you can choose whatever shaker elements that you want in there. And did I talk about the pricing for the cards? I didn't, I don't think. So you can get the 9 shaker cards plus the 1 bonus surprise card from me for $28. And really, like, that's such a steal of a deal. If you wanted to take this as a to-go kit, or maybe you love this stamp set and the ink spots so much, you can purchase these for an extra $15. I only have 3 available, so let me know if you want those as soon as possible, okay? And I forgot to say as well, there's some really cute envelopes included as well. So we're not cutting these up in any way. So if you wanted to take those and turn them into gorgeous designer series paper, you could do that as well and make even more cards out of this kit. Okay, let's talk about the tags now. These tags are so big, and again, you get 30 of them in the kit, and it's just $30. You could even, you know, tie this little ribbon in a bow, put some dimensionals on the back, and put this onto a card front, and turn it into a card, right? And that would be some of the cheapest cards that you've ever made, right? $1 a tag is incredible. So this is a really great add-on to your cards for your class. So there's just some simple stamping, so to, from, and then a sentiment on the front. And then you put these cards together, or these tags together, with these gorgeous pre-printed designs on them, and they're already embossed as well. This one's my favorite. Isn't that pretty? They've got like peekaboo holes here that are showing the designer series paper in behind, which is all gold embossed. You could do so many things with these as cards as well. Look at this one. It's got these cute little punch outs of the stars. With love for you. Again, some more cutouts. 'Tis the season. Some more cutouts there as well. So again, 30 tags for $30, or $28 gets you 9 shaker cards plus a surprise card from me. If you register by midnight on Wednesday, November 23rd, tomorrow, if you're watching this live, you'll get up to 2 extra cards from me as well. Okay, the final thing that I have to show you here is a brand new collection that they've just brought out. And I wanted to show you in person because it was a lot to read, and maybe probably you didn't read it, and that's okay because I'm here for you. I got your back. I just have to grab this stamp set out of the other drawer here. Okay, this is a collection called the Fitting Florets collection, and it includes some items that are going to be available in the upcoming catalog, and it includes some exclusive items. So let's show you what we got going on here. Okay, sorry, that was a hard cut. Okay, just making sure that everything is good over there. Here we go. So in this collection, I mentioned there's some items that are available in the upcoming catalog. So this is the occasions catalog, or I guess they're calling it the mini catalog, that runs from starting in January. So you can purchase this stamp set now, or you can purchase it in the new year. You can purchase the coordinating dies now and in the new year, and you can purchase them together and bundle and save 10%. I highly recommend watching the video that Stampin' Up put out to show you how this all works, because it's really fun and it looks kind of intricate but it comes together so beautifully. So they've got these gorgeous ovals that cut out all these great shapes. This is a really fun one here. This cuts out just an oval of hearts. It actually doesn't cut out the paper itself. So if we go back here, you can see the top samples there give you an idea of that frame that I just showed you, and then the hearts frame. Now the hearts frame, they've paired that there with the other oval to cut it out, because the hearts oval itself doesn't cut out anything but just hearts. These are not cutting edges here and here. So you'd have to pair that along with this oval to get that cutout hole. Now this also includes some dies that coordinate with the stamp set, so cutting out some of these florals. But I really love this stamp set for the sayings. Images are beautiful. Flowers are super versatile, but these sayings are really, really great. So wishes for a beautiful birthday. And I love the mixing of fonts too. For a special person on a special day, love that. Because you could use that for a shower. You could use that for a birthday, of course. You could use it for wedding. Lots of different occasions. So this one here is the lowest urgency of the whole suite that I'm showing you here. What is higher urgency are these items that are while supplies last until the end of the year. And I'm saying while supplies last because very quickly I'm going to show you something that's already sold out. So these are the gold adhesive back swirls, and I'm sorry guys, they're already gone. They were very popular. But what we also have are these amazing products that go along with the framed florets. So this is framed and festive. This is all like Christmas holiday sayings, and it's got kind of the same looking font as this one here, but a little bit more bold, a little bit more graphic, and I love the playfulness of these designs. So this is a really great stamp set to purchase on its own, or of course you can do it along with these other coordinating products. So again, while supplies last until the end of 2022. Also while supplies last is this great designer series paper. It's called Fitting Florets, and they haven't made it Christmassy, and they haven't made it, you know, it's just kind of whatever paper. It fits all occasions. So we've got these great floral designs, and I bet you that, do these fit some of them? Let's see if this works. I thought so. Gosh, I love it when they do that. So you can actually use the dies to cut right out of the paper. So fun. Matchy matchy. Stampin' Up gets me every single time. We've got these beautiful graphic images in different scales too, so they're really fun to use. And then I like the blue and green flowers. Like, isn't that pretty? The backside are all really nice, kind of subtle designs with a little bit more floral on the other side. Isn't that fun? You could do a more wintry looking card with that. And same thing with these, like, I don't know, the blue just kind of makes it look a little bit more wintry to me. So again, that's Fitting Florets. That's a while supplies last, and then with a couple of those items available into the new year. Just have to get organized again here. I'm using some of those products on other cards here. Oh my goodness. What else? Oh, I've got some swaps to show you, but I think I'm gonna have to do that in a separate video just because we're kind of running behind here. And then since I was on the video last time, I have an announcement. Stampin' Up did their year-end awards, and I was honored to be recognized as the #1 21 demonstrator in Canada. So number 11 in sales out of 5,500 demonstrators that are in Canada, number 26 in leadership, number 41 in team building, and of course I earned the Finland trip back in May. So excited. And it's this upcoming May that my husband and I will get to go to Finland on a cruise. There's 380 demonstrators who earn this out of about 60,000 demonstrators in the world. But we're going to have demonstrators from Australia, from Europe, from the United States, Canada, yeah, and like South Pacific, right? New Zealand as well. So it's so exciting. And this is going to be, I think, the first trip that I'm actually going to get to go on. The other ones have been, well, I went on one years and years ago, but the ones recently have been canceled. So I'm really looking forward to this one. This isn't a stamping trip. This is like a vacation trip where we get to go and sightsee, and they've planned a whole itinerary. And so my husband and I are going to go on our first ever trip without kids since having them over 6 years ago. So this is going to be incredible. So thank you guys all for being a part of this. Even if you're just watching for the first time, or if you've been with me for almost 16 years, I'm so grateful to have you all in my life. This is such a huge part of my life and connection and creativity, and I'm honored to be a part of it. So thank you. Okay, so without any further ado, let's get going here. I'm going to switch down, and you're going to grab your card supplies. So the first one that we're making here is actually a bonus card that you would have received if you picked up your supplies. If you picked up, or if you have your supplies mailed, it is possible to get this card. I just ask that you pay a little bit extra. This is a card that saves me spending money on postage. So that's the idea, is that if you live in the Edmonton area, I want to treat you with another project instead of paying money for Canada Post to send this stuff out to you. Okay, this is going to take maybe a little bit of work, and I'm going to fast track it if I can here. We've got a gorgeous die cut piece here, and it may or may not give you some trouble. So I recommend, if you've got the die brush, to use that. This is an attachment, so I'm just going to get you going on that so you can start poking out some of the holes. And these are really fun snowflakes that aren't completely cut out. They've just got elements that are cut out. And so the glimmer paper is a little bit more durable than cardstock, so you can be quite rough with it. And you might even have to get out your paper piercing and just to poke those out. So now that I've got you kind of started on that, just work your way through that, and I'll show you these samples. So the card that we're making is this one here. So stunning, with these gorgeous like 3D elements, just because they're partially cut out and you can lift them up, and then you can get that little peekaboo through there. You guys might recognize these cardstock bases. This is actually from an add-on to a paper pumpkin that they came out with. Oh my goodness, it must be like 2 years ago. And it was actually the Summer Nights July kit. And so it's supposed to be like northern lights and starry skies. But I thought, you know what, it actually looks like snow on there too. So depending on, you might have this color, you might have that color, or you might have this other color here to work with. So you're going to need to get a stamp set as well that has a kind of smaller sentiment on there, so that you can not cover up too much of this gorgeous glimmer. So I don't know what works best for you. I'm going to paper pierce or kind of scratch my fingernail along some of these, so like poking out the glimmer. I did this vanilla glimmer. This is coming in the white color and the vanilla, and I was having trouble with the vanilla last night. They have a different backing on that paper, and it's something new and different that I've actually never seen before. So I had already designed this card and already prepped it, and then I realized last night, oh no, I hope this isn't tricky for you guys. So if this is too much for you and you need to spend a little bit more time and energy on it at a later time, then just put it to the side and enjoy the process here of me crafting, and then you can go back and finish it up whenever you want. There's just some of the holes here that I want to show through, but I'm not going to get too hung up on some of these other circles. I'm just going to mostly lift up these pieces here. So you might have easier luck if you're a person who received the white, or you might, have to spend a little bit more time maybe if you got the vanilla. That was me last night, so I feel ya. I appreciate the backing though for that one. because it seemed to make it a little bit more durable when I was peeling it back. It seemed to, you know, stand up a little bit more rather than like breaking. I didn't feel like it was going to break. I really love these dies. Aren't they fun and different? These are from a brand new, I keep saying brand new, but you guys know it's just in this mini catalog that it's new. And it's from a new duo. Where did I put it? I put it in the wrong drawer. I'm missing a stamp set. Like, I didn't even do anything in here last night. I just cleaned up. Okay, I have no idea where that has gone. That is bizarre. Oh, it's right here on my desk. I took it out already. So this Joyful Flurry is the stamp set, and this has amazing sayings in it. So this Joyful Wishes just always catches my eye. I'm going to be doing that one on the card. You could also do Happy Christmas. Actually, I might do that one. That might be really easy for cutting out when I'm doing this live video. I need a break after those tech issues, right? I can cut myself some slack and do a little bit easier. This die pack here is really fun because it includes 1, 2, 3 of those snowflakes that we're using on the card here. And then it also includes the outlines so you can cut out these snowflakes that you stamp. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 outlines, 1, 2, 3, 4 outlines. And then you've also got 1, 2, 3 different snowflakes that cut out an actual snowflake shape. And then you've got these fabulous, don't mind my washi tape here. You've got these fabulous modern shapes that include this really fun stitched look on the inside. And I think these are going to be versatile for all occasions, all seasons of the year. I think you're going to be gravitating towards this die pack for more than just the snowflakes. You're going to definitely want to use those tags a lot. Okay, I stalled a little bit there. Did I give you some time to pop up your little pieces there? So I'm just bending these up. I'm going to have to do that, kind of fluff them a couple of times throughout this process, but it's worth it, I think, for this gorgeous look. Okay. Now I've got those kind of popped up. That's looking really good to me. I can put this to the side now. Now I will take my piece of vellum and I'm going to just use some regular adhesive, so no dimensionals on this part. I'm going to get dimensional crazy later, you guys know that. But for this part I'm just going to use my Stampin' Seal and put it onto my rectangle of vellum. So I'm not adhering the vellum to the card yet. I'm just layering up my pieces here. And the vellum is one of my favorite products because it doesn't add any new colors to the project. It just softens the existing colors that are already there. Now, if you have a 𝙧𝙀𝙧𝙀, oh, grab it at this point. Let's add some more sparkle. I love using 𝙧𝙀𝙧. It's a paintbrush with glimmer on it, and you can paint a design. But how I actually really like to use it is by splattering it, especially when we've got like a snowy look like this. So I just take the lid and then kind of flick the paintbrush, doing a splatter look. And I'm not focusing on the middle because that's going to be covered up. That's why I painted a little bit in the middle there to show you that you can do that too. But I'm going to add this extra little sparkle. If you wanted to, you could also take some stamped images and you can stamp them maybe even in our Whisper White ink. That would be really pretty. So I'll give you a close-up of how that added a little bit of shimmer. You can definitely see it a little bit more in person, but I like the sparkle that it gives. So we'll start that drying over on the side there. On the back of this, now we can get some dimensionals ready to go. So I'm using dimensionals in a few different spots to pop this up. And I'm being a little bit aware that through the vellum you can see the dimensional. Now I'm not too worried about the center there, and I'm not too worried about this corner over here. But vellum, you always want to be a little bit careful about where you're putting your adhesives because it shows through. You have to keep fluffing every time you fold it over and flatten it out, right? Let's put that to the side for a second too. You could use any ink pad for this. I'm just using a really nice soft gray. I'm using gray granite. And like I said, I think I'm going to do this Happy Christmas because that's easy cutting. So let's see. I've already got that out, I guess. No, I've got Let It Snow out. I must have it in the other room. Looks like I'm doing Let It Snow now. So Let It Snow, just ink it up. And I've got this little piece either of Whisper White, if you've got, sorry, I've got basic white cardstock, if you've got the White Glimmer, or you've got vanilla, if you have this new vanilla glimmer that we just have in our new catalog. Okay, so Let It Snow, let that dry for a second, and then I'm going to start fussy cutting. Now, I know that some of you guys don't like fussy cutting. For me, it is not my favorite thing either, but the look of it is so pretty. So you'll see that I'm just going to make a little notch there. You'll see that I'm pivoting the paper and I'm keeping my scissors straight, and that really helps the process. So if you find that you're getting a hand cramp or something, just lighten up on the pressure of your scissors and use the pivot of the paper to kind of glide it along. Let it snow. There's just one little part there that's pokey. I'm going to trim that off. Okay, on the back side of that, I'm going to put some mini dimensionals. Mini dimensionals are so handy, aren't they? I might even have to trim these down. Trim those in half. That'll give me some more options even. Oh, thanks you guys. Thanks, Michelle. I appreciate it. You guys are so sweet. Just trying to read the comments and craft at the same time here. So let's see, how should I put this together? Let it snow. Which way should be up? I'm thinking I want that Let It Snow just to be tucked right in there. And now I think this is pretty dry. Well, it still might be a little bit wet. If you're folding something wet, just instead of rubbing it with your fingers on the front side, I like to flip it over so that if there's any excess whatever, it goes onto the paper and it doesn't get rubbed everywhere. Oh, and good thing, because I did have some that was not quite dry yet, but that's okay. I didn't ruin it. Now I can take this piece with my dimensionals and take those off. I've got really dry hands tonight too. My goodness. Falling apart. Oh, it's so pretty. I love the colors. Now the final finishing touch is that I've added some rhinestone basic jewels. These are my favorite go-to adhesive. I've given you 7 here, so sparkle it up. You might want to put them in the middle of the snowflakes. Might do that with a few of them here, since I have so many. Or you can just scatter them. So this one here, I just put there. However you see is coming together. I like the take your pick tool for this part here. It's so handy. Oops. And there you go. You've got this gorgeous, simple layout, but with lots of wow factor. Now, if you are loving on these card bases like I am, you better believe I still have some from whatever it was 2 years ago. So you can definitely purchase those from me from my retired sale. I have an album on Facebook that you can access whether or not you have a Facebook account. It doesn't matter. You can access it. I'd be happy to send you the link. You can purchase a pack of these cardstock bases. They come with envelopes that have cute little fireflies in them. And those I think are $15 from my retired sale, and the pack of 20 cards. There you go. I think the 3 designs included in that pack are all conducive to this beautiful snowy layout. Okay, so as you guys are finishing up your card there, I will take you through the catalogs and show you where these items come from. So in our mini catalog, we've got this fabulous new real red and white glimmer paper. It comes in a 6" by 6" format, and it's just beautiful. It's so white and so red. Look at it, even matches my nails. That's kind of perfect, isn't it? I love that this pack includes white and red. Red is the hardest color to recreate, but you can actually color on this using Stampin' Blends. You could use your ink pad and actually ink it up itself too. So you can turn this white glimmer paper any color that you want, but trying to get the actual real red color is nearly impossible because it goes pink. That's just how reds are. They're just tricky like that. So this pack for me is kind of the essentials. It's going to give you white, which you can turn any color of the rainbow, and it gives you red, which is the hardest one to actually color. So this is a great purchase in my opinion. And then plus, it's such an easy size to store, and this glimmer paper is so fabulous because the glimmer does not actually come off of it. It's so well made. On page 19, you can see the Joyful Flurry bundle. And so this is that stamp set that I was showing you with the dies that coordinate with it. And then that you can get the dies separately, but of course you'd want to get them together and save 10%. You can see the samples on this page too are just so beautiful. They've used those snowflakes with some beautiful, looks like gold foil paper in behind. So you get that peekaboo through the Evening Evergreen cardstock. Page 31, if you have the vanilla color, I think I mostly put it with this cardstock base that has a bit of green on it. This is a really fun new pack. It's 12 inches by 12 inches. And you get a lot in this one actually. So it says 6 single-sided sheets, 2 each of 3 colors. You get Evening Evergreen, Very Vanilla, and Gold. And we're going to be using the Evening Evergreen and Gold on our last project here on this video. But isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, I can't get enough of those colors. So again, another pack that just complements the other ones so perfectly. And you get this one in a bit of a larger format. So if you're a fan of 12 by 12, then you might want to pick this one up. All right, from our annual catalog, we used our Wink of Stella from page 128. This is my favorite go-to embellishment. It's so cost-effective. On page 140, my other favorite is their vellum cardstock, which brings me back to my architecture days. And my friend, my cousin-in-law, is on here as well. We met when we were going to school at NAIT, taking architecture. So this one here is vellum, and it brings me back to those days, Carla, of being stuck in that blueprinting room, right, and running those machines, those copies through the machine, and just walking out of there feeling a little bit not quite myself, right? So funny. Okay, so I'm going, I gave you some time there to craft. If it's never enough time for you, just know that you can go back to this video whenever you want. It's going to be on YouTube starting tomorrow. Oh my goodness, I just lost a cardstock base in behind my bookcase. So that last card was going to go sideways a little bit. There we go. The next one that we're making is going to look like this in your card supplies. But let me show you how we're going to take it up a notch. I love, love, love this card. This one here is like a bit of a work of art. We're going to take some paper that looks, quite monochromatic, and we're going to add a lot more. So if you don't have all these supplies that I'm showing you, that's okay. You can just use what you have to create a beautiful scene on your card. You can make this as simple or as complicated as you want. My job is to make it a little bit more showy, right? And show you guys some techniques. So let me show you what I'm going to be using. The first thing that I'm going to do is add a halo onto this beautiful base. So taking a look at your cardstock, your snowy bank, and figuring out how much you have there. This one is going to have a line on it. That's kind of, I tried to mitigate it, but you know, it just really wanted to be there. And the reason for that is the die pack has this edge along it, so you get the little increase in that. So instead of you know, getting hung up on the fact that that line is there, let's just think of it as it's barely going to be visible, and you can flip it over if you want to see less of it, and it might just be, you know, an extra little bit of texture there. But you'll want to take a look at your snowy piece just to figure out how much sky you're going to need to add embellishment to. Yeah, it's Sven! That's right! Oh yes, and gravity is mean. Michelle's so fast with her typing. She's always commenting along. You're right, Michelle. Gravity is mean in like so many ways. I'm going to take my blending brush here and my Night of Navy ink, and I'm starting off the sheet, just moving around the color and leaving the middle kind of uninked, but adding a little bit of beautiful depth around the edges. You can do this as subtly or as dramatically as you would like. I'm going to go a little bit more dramatic just because I'm on camera here and the camera doesn't pick up as much. I like to start off the sheet because you might get these like little smooches of ink, and so if you start off then off the sheet, then you can kind of drag the color in just kind of bit by bit. And I'm going to close this up and make sure that I don't put my fingers in it. I have these blending brushes. I have a few sets of them. They come in a pack of 3, and I like having them for the different colors that I use. So like one kind of for all of my yellows, one for my browns. In between, you can wash them under the sink and let them dry, or you can kind of make sure that they are coming clean, and then you can use like a similar color, right? Like this would be Pool Party or Coastal Cabana. You could use the 2 of them together. But they're really gorgeous. They are an actual brush. So all of these are bristles. Can you see that there? There's like hundreds and hundreds on there. They're so beautiful and soft. The next thing that I'm going to do to add a little bit of texture is my 𝙀𝙀 again. I'm going to do some flicking on there. That's just going to add a sparkle of some snow that's falling. I'll show you that. There we go. And then I'm going to take it up a notch with these other kind of larger snowflake pieces. And for that, I'm going to use our brand new Pearlized Enamel Effects Basics. This comes in a 3-pack with basic black and real red, and then this gorgeous white color. I always like to have, whenever you're doing something like this, just have a tissue ready to go. It's a great way to start off and figure out the flow that you're going to have for your product. And it's also good if you happen to mess up. So as I'm putting this on here, I'm working kind of fast, just because I don't want these to be too big. They're going to start off kind of lopsided looking, like almost pointy like a meringue. Now I'm going to clean off the tip because I'm going to finish there. But as it dries, it's actually self-healing. So it might be a little bit more pointed, but then it's going to turn into a nice rounded little dot. This takes quite a while to dry though. So let's just be sure to put this to the side where nobody is going to touch it. Hopefully. So the Pearlized Enamel Effects Basics are shiny with a pearlized finish, and they kind of end up with a glossy finish as they dry. You don't need to heat set these at all to have them dry. You just have to give them time, okay? The next product that I'm going to show you kind of looks the same. It's in the same kind of bottle, but it's a completely different product. It's the Snowfall Accents Puff Paint. This 3-pack is going to be continuing on past this mini catalog. I've heard, I haven't confirm this, but I've heard that this Snowfall Accents puff paint will be retiring along with this mini catalog. So be sure to get 1 or 2 of these bottles before they go. The key with the Snowfall Accents puff paint is to shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. And when you think you're done shaking it, shake it some more. I'm talking, if I run a class with people in this product, every single person has to shake it like this before they do it. It has to be immediately shaken right before you put it on. But it's so much fun. Can you see down here at the bottom of the legs? Maybe I'll show you my other card here. You've got 2 different kinds of designer series paper that you might have. This is the one that I made last night. So you can see the texture that it's put onto this tree, and at the bottom there as well along his feet. So this is a really fun and different product. So you know what? I have to put this together with the background, and I'm not too confident that mine will be dry yet. In fact, I'm pretty certain it won't be. So I know I talked about the Snowfall Accents puff paint. I'm going to do that as one of the last steps, just so I can give my snowflakes that are drying over on the side a little bit more time. So let's put this to the side and start putting our card together here. At least, you know, it's only that cardstock falling behind the bookcase, right? I have childcare tonight. My amazing mom who came over to watch the kids upstairs. Last night I did not have childcare, so the kids were upstairs watching the hockey game and eating cinnamon buns. But they were having a blast, and I also have a pretty new puppy. I'm just, as I'm talking here, adhering this designer series paper onto the card back, and I've cut it long so that you can trim it perfectly to match your card length. It's pretty hard to get that completely perfect, so I like to do it just over on purpose, and then you can make sure that it's perfect. So with my puppy, you know, she's doing really well with her training. However, she does need you to take her outside, and I think that the kids maybe were preoccupied last night. And so I ended up halfway through, oh my goodness, screams from upstairs like, "Mom, she pooped!" Okay, that's just gonna have to wait for a few minutes. Oh my goodness, never a dull moment. I'm just putting some dimensionals on the back side of these cutout pieces. Our little Sven and our tree. You can fluff up all of these tree pieces, which gives a really fun look. But because I'm putting the Snowfall Accents puff paint on there and I'm putting dimensionals on the back, I'm actually not going to spend my time doing that today, because I found it doesn't have that big of a difference between the two of them. In fact, I did it to this one and it looks exactly the same as the other one. So, you know, it might be fun for a different project, but if you're putting the Snowfall Accents paint on there, you know, maybe allocate your time in a different way. Okay, I'm going to show you how to wrap this ribbon around. I love card making, and you can definitely have all levels of experience making cards. One of the things that really elevates a card to me is how the ends of ribbon are transitioned and just the neatness of the card, putting it all together. When you're doing cardstock with designer series paper that goes from side to side, it's kind of tricky to do ribbon as a border. You could trim the ribbon there and there, but then depending on your ribbon, you might have this fraying that just starts to happen. And that's, you know, nobody's fault. That's just the ribbon being the ribbon, right? It's a woven ribbon. Speaking of woven ribbon, this is actually the ribbon that you'll receive for free with a minimum $100 order this month. So this gorgeous ribbon, you know, is a woven ribbon, and it's going to start to come apart. So rather than have something like this at the end, I like to terminate my ribbon in behind things. So again, with the way that this is layered, we're actually going to have the ribbon continuing on through the inside of the card, and the ribbon is going to start and finish underneath this nice big tag element. So you can choose to put this on a few different ways. The Stampin' Seal might be a little bit wide. I used that last night, but to be honest, I had to rub off some stickiness. There's still a little bit there. What might work better for you is to take some mini glue dots and just pop them along here. Maybe, you know, 3 or 4 of them. That will help to keep your ribbon in line. You could also do a one-hole bow technique. I didn't give you, I don't think, quite enough ribbon though for us to do that technique. That's maybe a technique for another time. So I'm going to put this on there. I think that's going to be the end of it. And I'm going to wrap it around, wrapping it to the front. Again, like, this is not something to lose sleep over, but this is like next level crafting, right? Now that ribbon looks so beautiful, it's adorning the inside of the card, but we don't have to see these frayed ends. Now, do I feel confident in this? Oh my goodness. It's a little bit tacky, but I think it's going to be okay. I'm going to start putting this. Oh, you know what? We can do one more thing. Let's do our stamping. I'm using the stamp set that coordinates with this great die pack. So the Regal Reindeer. This one has Merry Christmas and Peace on Earth, and then this great saying for the inside as well. It includes these awesome reindeer and then these big trees. And the die pack actually cuts out those reindeer and trees and then gives us so much more. So that caribou that I've given you, that reindeer, and then also a little fox. And you got these cute little accents like the scarf and the little harnesses, even the little cute ice block, as well as a star, these beautiful snowbanks that you can add a whole bunch, and then this tree that doesn't cut out a stamped image but just gives this beautiful texture all on its own. This is from our mini catalog. I can't remember if it's continuing forward or not, but it's a beautiful one. It's very classy. So I'm going to use my same Night of Navy ink pad, and I'm going to go with the classic Merry Christmas. So now that I've got my ribbon on there, I kind of know exactly where I can stamp it. You need a smallish saying, but this Merry Christmas is just so elegant, isn't it? Oh, I just busted my ink pad. Never a dull moment over here, you guys. Never a dull moment. This is an oldie. You guys probably noticed that. This is like one of the ones that I bought when I was first stamping. A 16-year-old ink pad. Cut it some slack, right? Okay, on the back side of this tag here, I'm not going to put this down on my cardstock. Oh, I'm so glad to see you, Lori. Oh, Vanessa, it's great to see you. I'm so happy that you guys are able to join live. How wonderful. Peeling off the back. And then pop that onto the card base. I love crafting along with you guys. I hope you find it as relaxing as I do. This is like the most relaxed that I've been in hours. My kids are taken care of, and I'm just in my happy place hanging out with all of you. My tech issues are solved until tomorrow anyways, and then who knows, right? Oy, oy, oy. Always something. I'm putting together all my bits and my pieces here so that I can put my puff paint right onto my project. There we go. And Sven. I didn't glue Sven's legs down on this. I'm not too worried about it. There we go. Okay, so if you guys are using the Snowfall Puff paint, shake it some more, and then you're going to grab a tissue because you're going to need it. You're going to even maybe grab an extra piece of scrap paper because sometimes the flow on this one is a little bit tricky to manage. So I'm going to make sure that I have these backup options. Oh, I'm going to shake it some more. I'm always just so nervous. If you don't shake it too much, then you don't get very much of a puff. Okay, so when you turn it over, the flow starts already. So I keep the flow going and do the biggest thing that I have to do, which is kind of down here. And I didn't realize that I was putting these so level with each other, so I might even just put another bit there. Now I can start doing some of the more detailed. I am not squeezing this bottle at all. If you squeeze this bottle, you'd end up with a huge puddle. That's probably not the look that you're going for. This product is so unique. It's very different than what we just used to create those snowflakes up at the top. That was the pearlized enamel accents. This definitely needs to be heat set. So you need to have the heat tool, the heat embossing tool, to actually use this product. Because if you let this dry right now, it basically end up looking kind of like whitish clear glue. Kind of like what it looks like right now. But as we bring in our heat tool, then we're going to start heat setting this, and you're going to see the magic happen. You guys see it? It's starting to puff up there. So fun, right? It's so great. I love this product. Great for snowmen, great for winter scenes like this one. For snowflakes. You could even do the snowflakes coming down from the sky with this one. Olaf would be proud. Look at how thick it's going there under his hooves. I think this is just fabulous. Now, many people wonder how this ends up feeling when it's all done. Look at it's really going to town there. I want to make sure that it's dry, but I'm going to smush that down after. There we go. I think we're pretty much done. Isn't that fun? Look at all that texture that it's created. Okay, so when you have it all dried, then it's ready to go. There's no time for this to set like our snowfall accents up at the top. You can smush it down a little bit. It might even get smushed down a little bit in your, oh, do I have ink on my fingers? No, it's all right. It's just the shadows. You can smush it down a little bit. It turns like almost foamy. You can smush it down if you want. You could leave it highly, highly textured and 3D if you want as well. So whatever you choose to do, but I think it really takes that card up a notch. So awesome, right? This card here, I had a huge puddle that came out there. So I quickly dabbed it off with a Kleenex, and then even after I finished, I just used my heat, or my little take your pick tool, to scrape some of that away, because some of it was hidden behind his legs. But I don't think you can tell. It was actually this big, you guys. Oh, it's one of those moments where you go like, no, 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 no. Oh my goodness. So let's take you through the catalog, and we're going to take you through the mini catalog first. This is, what project is this? The second one. Okay. The first product that we used is this Regal Reindeer Bundle, and comes of course with the reindeer dies, or you can get them separately. And on page 25 we used 2 designer series paper packs actually. This tree actually comes, oops, I touched something that was wet. I touched something that was sticky. Oh, it was over here. This tree pattern here comes from this gorgeous Boughs of Holly pack. And surprisingly, this pack just has it all. So it has the Boughs of Holly, and then all the backgrounds are these gorgeous kind of mottled solid looks. You've got holly leaves, and this is the designer series paper we actually used last month with our poinsettia card. So you've really got everything in this card. You've got trees, hollies, poinsettia. It's going to go with so many of your stamp sets. If you were to purchase one kind of all-inclusive designer series paper from this catalog, for me it would be the Boughs of Holly. It has really everything that you need in there. Page 43, this designer series paper actually comes from a bit of a surprising place. The Gnome, Storybook Gnome designer series paper. This actually has dies that coordinate, so you can punch those out. We're going to be playing with this next month. These little cuties are adorable. And then you've got all kinds of like winter scenes. You've got these little mushroom houses, adorable little figures that you can cut out or you can leave as a full background. The back sides of these are so nice as well. Those pretty snowflakes. Isn't that great? This is a really cute pack too. I know that some people who love gnomes are just obsessed with this one. On page 43, you'll also find the Snowfall Accents Puff Paint. And again, this is a $6 product. Get 2 of them. They're going to last you, and you'll want to put this on every Christmas card that you make. On page 59, you'll see the Pearlized Enamel Effects Basics. And those they are showing us can be made into dots. So kind of like putting an embellishment on your project, but instead of having to buy them, you can make them in whatever size that you want. So you can make the dots, or you can see that you can paint them into lines as well. So that's another great option for you. What did I make last night? I made a heart. I think I have that around here anywhere. Not handy anyways. I put it to the side because I got my fingers into it. Oh, here we go. So I made it into a heart here. You can see. You can make it into whatever shape that you want. From our annual catalog, we used our Wink of Stella again, because I'm like a broken record with this, and our blending brushes. Comes in a pack of 3 with these beautiful soft bristles. Then from page 174, we used the Seasonal Labels die to create this gorgeous shape. Now, this was in our mini catalog last year. You guys might remember this stamp set that goes along with it too. The stamp set went into our annual catalog, and the dies did as well. So you can still get these. They're still current, and I love this die pack because it comes with all these great big tag shapes and then these little embellishments that you can put on too. So as you're running it through, you can put these little die cut pieces into place and turn your tags into ribbon slides. So now you can put like a piece of ribbon and have that go through there. Really pretty. And of course, the pine cones cut out like the pine cone stamped shapes, and you can do some 2-step stamping with this product as well. Okay. You guys finish up that beautiful work of art? Don't worry, that's the most in-depth card that we're going to be making tonight. The next project is going to look like this. And all you'll need for this one is a punch. If you have like one of our triple punches or trio punches, that would be great. If you want, you can use a punch kind of like this, or you can just leave your items square. And then you'll need a saying, and if you wanted to go matchy-matchy with your ink, you're going to use cherry cobbler. Okay, you want to see the card that we're making? Yes, you do. Look at this little cutie. Oh my goodness, right? This Scotty dog. I make everything Disney as well. Like, so this is definitely Jacques is his name. And you guys wouldn't believe this, but one of our club members, Lois Zapp, showed up at my house the other day, and she had a red sweater on. It was this color, and on it were black Scotty dogs wearing plaid sweaters. And I couldn't believe it. I said, Lois, you don't even know what we're making yet, but inside the bag that you're holding is your sweater made into a card. Aren't these adorable? Okay, so you got a couple of different color options, of course, with these. But yeah, if you wanted to go matchy-matchy, this red color that we're using is a cherry cobbler color. You can go black, you could go gray, whatever you wanted, because we're just going to stamp that saying at the bottom there. So let me show you then how this fabulous trio punch works. Again, you can use a punch like this to create this sort of effect. That's, you know, getting the corners all decorative like this. If you're using a regular punch, you're going to stick it in like this and then nip off the edges. Okay, so not sticking it through because that's going to punch out the full shape. But if you stick the corner in, then you can nip off the edge. It does work with other punches, even punches like our circle punches that we used to sell, which you probably still have in your collection. And you can definitely do that as well. Sometimes you won't get as good at cutting though. Like, see, this one is kind of mushing it. It's not actually cutting it out very well. So you might just want to try on some scrap paper first before you start messing around with your beautiful cardstock here, okay? This one though works so well, but you can see that this shape here is not symmetrical. So we have to be a little bit cognizant of how we're punching this, because I like it. This is my particularness. I like it symmetrical, side to side and up to down. And so if I worked my way around like this, it would not be the same shape that would be mirroring back. So what I do instead is I do one corner and then the diagonal, and then I flip the paper over to do the other two. So you're working with your diagonals. And this is a square piece of cardstock, so you don't have to be too concerned about, you know, layering it onto this gold. And you see I snuck the gold, the center out of the gold here too. So tricky. You might see that in a project next month, or maybe even in the new year, but I don't like covering up that much gold. It's like, it's gold, right? So that's really fun. You can do all of the pieces if you want. This is a piece for the inside, and then there's one that's exactly the same size for the outside. So I'm going to do, once again, you know, on that side, and then flip it over, right, diagonals. If you were using the other punch in this one, it's very simple. It just kind of locks off the corner, and that you don't have to do this whole flipping thing. You just have to be aware of that if you're using this kind of decorative side. But I like to give you those kind of hints because that's something that you learn the hard way as you're just crafting quickly on your own at home. I'm going to stamp or punch the inside piece too because that'll be so pretty. Flipping it over, flipping it over. So last night when we were crafting on our Zoom style session on Google Meet, I asked Lois, please, would you wear your shirt again? And she did. She obliged. So she was our mascot. I love it. Like, where on earth do you get a shirt like that, right? Okay, let's start putting our pieces together here. I forgot to show you, actually, this card has a really fun feature with this ribbon. We're going to do something really fun with it. I'll show you this one maybe. So this has got this beautiful ribbon there, and it actually goes all the way around. So to open up the card, you need to open up this little ribbon tie. And when you do, we've got our beautiful message on the inside. You guys know I like to write my own messages on there. I'm going to put this right on to the cardstock here after I stamp. The Cherry Cobbler ink, I got to use the same set here. May your days be furry and bright. This Christmas Scotty stamp set is adorable, isn't it? You are always loved. Merry Christmas. May your days be furry and bright. I'm just going to lay this on here just so that I have an idea of how high I should be stamping. I like that saying a lot. Put that to the side so I don't mess that up. And now just some Stampin' Seal on the back side. I'm not putting dimensionals on this part because I'm going to go dimensional crazy on the other part. I'm so glad that so many of you were able to join. I can't wait to look at my phone and see how many people were like, are you dead? Are you okay? Oh boy. Meanwhile, I'm just frantically restarting. All right. I'm putting dimensionals on the back side of that and I'm just gluing this part right on. You can see I've used a lot of that gold, snuck it out of there. So you might just put a little bit of adhesive around the edges here. That's not going to work. This is going to work. Doesn't that corner detail just take this card right up a notch? I think it's just stunning. So now I can start putting this together here with my ribbon. So you might have gold ribbon, you might have this beautiful soft succulent ribbon which coordinates with the paper there as well. So whatever you're doing, fold it basically in half, and then we're going to put this onto our card. So folding it in half, right? And then I'm going to put on some adhesive here just to hold it on. You don't want to go too crazy because we don't only have this little rectangle that's going to be covering it, right? And as long as I kind of have this halfway, what did I do here? I think I'm switching it up. There we go, halfway there. Because I want to leave these tails as long as possible. I did not put any adhesive on the back, but you definitely could. Like maybe this card, you know what? We'll put one little mini glue dot on there. That will just hold it all in place. Mini glue dot right there. And that will keep everything together. That looks pretty, doesn't it? Now we can start taking this apart, or putting this together, I guess, by taking the backing off of those. And I'm going to match this detail because I love me some matchy-matchy. Cute! And now you're going to notice that you have two dogs and a bow. You're going to have a black dog. That makes our 𝙎𝙙𝙦. And then you're going to either have a red or a plaid second dog, okay? So for the second dog, we're actually going to turn that dog into a sweater. So sorry Jacques twin, we're going to cut off your legs. We're going to cut off your tail. And we're going to cut off your head. Ah! So I've turned that second dog into a sweater. Now I can put that on, making sure you know that my dog is facing the right direction, right? How cute is that? And then you'll have the opposite pattern in a bow color. So just a dimensional on the back side of that really takes it up a notch. Ooh, that barely fits on there. I might put a mini dimensional on there actually. That's going to be visible. Oh, it just got very dark. Oh, you mean the stamping as I'm murdering dogs. Yeah, don't mind me. Yeah. Welcome to your Christmas crafting as we're cutting the heads off of dogs. Oh, isn't that cute? And then you know what? I'm going to put, I thought for a second, Michelle, I'm going straight back to my like tech woes. And I was like, what happened? I'm glad it's just you being concerned about the dog. I can handle that. So dimensionals behind the dog, dimensionals behind the bow, dimensionals behind the gold, and then the rest is just kind of glued flat. Now, what takes it really up a notch, I think, is adding a little gold eyeball to match all the gold embellishments that we have on this card. So I've given you just one of those there, and using your take your pick tool is going to be your big helper. And look at that little cutie. Oh, isn't it great? So now I can put on the inside, you can stamp a saying. You guys know I like to write a lot in my cards, so I'm going to leave mine blank. I'm also going to keep this wagon train moving here. But I think those punched corners just look so elegant. It almost actually looks like Lady and the Tramp, because what era is Lady and the Tramp set in? The 20s? Now, you can leave this untied if you want, or you can make it look so beautiful for yourself before you even write in it and give it out. But I love the look of this. wrapped ribbon. And you know what? I know I'm going to be tying this again. Oh, look at that bow. Why did that go so upside down? There we go. Convince it to go the other way. Now I'm just going to trim off the very ends just because I want to give myself the most room to tie this in the future. Now, if you are not comfortable tying bows, there's like a half bow that you can actually tie, which looks like this. So it's like a bow, but it just has one loop instead of two. So let's see if I can do this again. Oh, look at this. This is perfect. I forgot to put the inside into my card last night. So, and I also was lazy and it didn't stamp or punch the corner. So you guys are catching me out on all of my secrets here. But this is a good opportunity. Okay, so now I've got this piece. I'm going to put that dimensional or that glue dot on there again. That seemed to work really well for me. There we go. Let's see if I have enough ribbon. I had to do this for this one because I actually put the ribbon on offset, which is kind of a silly thing to do, but okay, so we tie it like this, and so like a knot. You could definitely do that as well, but then you have to make a loop and put this around. Oh boy, I did leave this way too short. And then when you put your little end through, then you just tie that tight. Okay, what's happening here? I can't get over top of it and manhandle it the way that I would because my camera is in the way. There we go. So now I've got this little tag tie, and you'll see that you'll want to trim off the end because it gets frayed a little bit. But there's just one loop. So that's what you can do if you find that you don't quite have enough ribbon to work with. This is a good one to keep in your back pocket because it still looks really pretty, and then you just pull on that one to let it out. What do you think, you guys? So pretty, right? Isn't this designer series paper nice how it's just got that subtle embossing there? The dismemberment lesson. Yeah, Carla, I think that your head just blacked out. It was like, I can't handle this. No. Okay. Really, to dismember your second dog, you're just going to cut off the legs, the tail, and at the neck, cutting off the head. And then that turns your secondary dog into a sweater. So started with a dog, started with two dogs, ended up with a dog and a sweater. Okay, as you guys are finishing up there, I'll show you where these products come from. From our mini catalog, we have used this gorgeous paper from page 31. It comes in 3 different colors, and it's got the embossing already on there, so you can see the shimmer that we've got. The colors are, what are they? Cherry Cobbler, Soft Succulent, and Gold. So the Cherry Cobbler, I used all of that to make the card, so you can see it there. And then these other colors are the Gold and the Soft Succulent. So pretty though, right? And that, you know, you can use this one for the holidays, but really this could be New Year's, it could be springtime, it could be anything. And the Cherry Cobbler has this like subtle sort of snowflake look as well, so that's great for Christmas, but really the gold could be for any time of year. Also from this page, we use the Festive Pearls in a little gold color. These are great embellishments. They come in the 4 different colors here. The Soft Succulent, is that what it is? I think it's Soft Succulent, Silver Gold, and Cherry Cobbler. So I only have a couple of gold ones there, but you can see lots of silver, lots of the Soft Succulent, which you could color probably into other colors as well. And then you got the beautiful red color. And moving along, the very next page, we've got this Christmas Scotty, which has the coordinating punch that goes along with it. So this card can be made completely, even if you don't have that die cut and emboss machine. This stamp out, here we go, is right here. So Christmas Scotty, you can see you actually can stamp a dog that will coordinate perfectly with the punch and cut that out. But I really like all of the different images that they have here. You can see the sample in the catalog. They've just taken some paper, stamped this plaid look over top, and then punched that out. How simple, how cute, right? Or you could stamp the actual dog and punch it out perfectly. And then you can do some fussy cutting, and you can make some really adorable projects with all these little dogs cut out. The other cool thing that I've seen done is taking this ribbon looking leash and stamping it 4 times to make kind of a border on a card, and it looks so pretty. So you can really think outside the box for this one. Also from the mini catalog, oh, you know, I didn't use this stamp set. I was going to, but I just love that May Your Days Be Furry and Bright. But this is called The Very Best Occasions. And I'm always talking to you about bundle and save 10%. Why wouldn't you want to, right? If you fell in love with this punch that I was using, you can get both of these together and bundle and save 10%. So The Very Best Occasions comes with thinking of you, happy birthday, love you, miss you, with comfort and love, you're the best ever, endlessly grateful. And then it also, oh sorry, and you make my life happier, love you, mean it. And then you've got actually 4 different, oh, this one here is actually not Christmas. That could be for a wedding. May you enjoy the warmth of family this season. May your days be happy, your heart be light, and your Christmas merry, and your new year bright. And then with a little more sparkle and a little less stress, let's make this Christmas the very best. Really fun sayings for that one. So again, awesome to bundle and save 10% whenever you can. And those are called The Very Best. And I think they've nailed it. From our annual catalog, just a couple of products here. We've used the brushed metallic cardstock. This is a 3-pack that comes with copper, gold, and bronze. We've used kind of a mixture of gold with maybe a bit of bronze in there. And these ones are just stunning in person. I love that this pack comes with 3 different colors so that you can really mix and match depending on the projects that you're working on. Can you guys see those there? And then this is the 3rd color. And it's got this beautiful brushed finish, so it really gives a lot of texture. Fun, right? And we've used some ribbons. So this gold shimmer ribbon from page 146 is like a gorgeous satin smooth ribbon with a nice sparkle in it. And then if you got this weave, I hope you've fallen in love with it. This is one of our in colors. It's soft succulent, and you can actually get this ribbon in 5 different colors. So the polished pink, pale papaya, evening evergreen, which is another amazing Christmas color. We're going to use that on the next card here. Fresh freesia, as well as this soft succulent color that we used on this card. Okay, did I buy you some time? Are you finished up? If you're not, don't worry, don't stress. We'll just keep going here, and you can watch the replay if required. I'm going to have to do some cutting because I lost my cardstock base. So you get to see some cutting magic. So I'm going to take, for this next card here, a full sheet of evening evergreen, and I'll show you how I came up with the fancy fold that we're going to do. So you're going to grab your evening evergreen cardstock base as well as your pieces that look something like this, and we're going to be making this beautiful fun fold card. So you've got this amazing sparkle, the tree that pops out, the ribbon that wraps behind, and then as you open it up, you see even more of this gorgeous designer series paper, which has the embossing already on there. Fun, right? And you might have maybe a bit of a different color scheme. You might have a little bit more monochromatic as well. So whatever color combination you've got, I'm sure it's going to come together beautifully. So how we do this fun fold card, maybe this is a happy accident because normally I wouldn't even cover this part. We're going to use our cutting and scoring blades here. So at 5.5 inches, we're going to cut. Then it will actually make 2 cards if you're doing this. You might want to score in advance if you're actually doing that. The scoring blade is a lighter colored blade and the cutting blade is darker. Don't let me cut, please. Say a prayer to the stamping gods that I don't cut this. So I'm going to score this in half, which is scoring at 4.25 inches. And then we're going to score the front of that in half again. So that means 2 and 1/8 here. And don't grab that cutting one. So now you end up with these beautiful score marks, and now you can start folding your base. I've already done that for you. I just happen to have mine in behind my bookcase. So that was just a little bit of a behind the scenes of how you can recreate this on your own. I'm going to fold this back on itself so that it's kind of like a Z shape, a backwards Z shape. And I'm just burnishing it really nice there so it folds flat. Now let's take some of our pieces and we can start assembling our gorgeous card. I've got more black kind of colors on this one here. So I'm going to put those ones on the front. You could use the back sides of these too, but oh my goodness, you guys, that gold embossing, I can't. I'm like a magpie. I can't resist it. I have to have it showing. I'm glad you guys are stamping along and that you're commenting along too. That always makes me so happy. Okay, so we're going to put this designer series paper on the front. It's a very small mat. It's smaller than normal. And then one piece on the inside of this. I've given you kind of coordinating colors in different patterns, so I hope you enjoy playing with those. Now, since we're still going with this, why don't we take our back piece here and use your die brush, pop out those holes. These ones don't want to pop out very well. I had no trouble the other night. I hope that yours are working well. Sometimes I actually use it like kind of up off of the foam and it seems to work really well too. I also use my fingernail if it's like this and it's really needing convincing. You know, the other night, last night, I didn't have to do any of this. Everything just popped right out. So I hope that you guys are having a better go of it than I am maybe here. I love these little dies. These are individual stars that you can position however you want. And so with these ones, we just kind of have this scattered look so that you can see it as the card is closed and then as you open it up as well. I'm going to have to use my pokey tool here. I was spared with the first snowflake card with having to do a bunch of poking. And then this one here, I have to do more poking. It's funny. Flip-flop from last night. And if you can't get them all out, that's okay too. It's kind of the look sometimes to have some of the items not fully cut out. This is definitely more than I'd have to do last night, so there we go. Something about the sheet didn't want to be cut right. There we go. So now I've got this. I can stamp on this first. I'm going to do some stamping. I've got the matching color here, Evening Evergreen. This is one of our in colors that has been around for a year and will be continuing forward another year. So this is one of my favorite Christmas colors that I just keep going back to over and over again. But I've used this all year long for many, many different projects, and it's just a gorgeous, deep, dark green. Okay, I am going to let that dry for a second, and then I'll glue this kind of all together at the same time. This piece here, we're going to add a lot of dimension to, and we're going to wrap our ribbon around behind the tree. So using this frame, we're going to put some dimensionals on the back side. I did one layer for the frame, and then I popped the tree up with actually 2 layers of dimensional, and I'll show you how to do that in just a minute here. There we go. Oh, that backing doesn't want to come off. There we go. You guys can even, have you tried using the take your pick tool to pick off the dimensional backers? Some people like doing that too. Okay, so onto your glimmer paper. Your glimmer paper might be in this beautiful gold color, or it might be in this evening evergreen color, which is also just stunning. They both come in the same pack now. It's really fun. Now, before I put my glimmer paper onto whatever is the backing paper, it might be the soft succulent color, or it might be the red color, I'm going to wrap my ribbon around. So just taking a little bit of Stampin' Seal on the back side, I'm going to reserve as much ribbon as I can because I'm going to tie a little bow on there. So wrapping it around here, just like this. Ta-da! And now I've got lots left over for a nice tie. I might do the tie when I'm all finished here. Now I can put that piece of glimmer onto its matte backing. I'm just going to put that again with some Stampin' Seal because I'm using so much dimension on the rest of the project. There we go. Pretty, 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 pretty. Now since we're adhering things, oh, you know what? Those ones didn't pop out. They're kind of back in place, but I don't even care. I think it looks great just like that. Now we can put our Merry Christmas back on there. I love a fun fold card, especially at Christmas time. So now as this comes closed, you'll see that we can't put adhesive all over the back here because we would glue our card completely shut. Oh, I need a mini glue dot here, sorry. I'm just noticing that lifting up. Just put a little mini glue dot underneath. So anyways, what I was saying there, I can't put adhesive all over the back of this because it would glue the card completely shut. So I have to be wary of where I'm putting it, and I'm just going to put it on this side. So what I've done is taken it, flipped it over, and now I know exactly where I can adhere. I'm going to put a lot on there, more than I normally would, just because it's only gluing half of it on there. Ooh, that's so pretty. Isn't that pretty? Oh my goodness, just that would be gorgeous, right? Now we're going to work on our Christmas tree here. Some of these pieces are going to pop out and some of them aren't. So you can see in my finished project here, some of these are like little stars and some of them are holes. So don't be worried if, you know, they're not all popping out. It's designed like that. So you get these kind of garlands, and then you get like those random little peekaboo holes, and then the rest are just embossing details, like the die actually embossed onto the paper too. Alrighty. Now for this one here, I'm actually going to use, because I'm working with such a dark cardstock, I'm going to use my black Stampin' Dimensionals. These are great because they come in a combo pack, and you get 2 sheets of large black dimensionals and 2 sheets of small black dimensionals. I only have one left here in this little pack that I've got going on. But they're really handy if you're just getting started and you want to have a bit of both to work with. Or, of course, if you're working with some darker cardstocks and you just want those to blend away. You can see they're quite prominent in the card that I didn't use them on. So I'm going to take the backing off of those, and I mentioned that I was going to do 2 layers. Then I'm going to come back in with a second layer. And that's just because I want to see like even more of a gap in between for this glimmer paper to be shown through. This card comes together so nicely, hey, with all the die cut shapes. Now I've got those black dimensionals on there. I can piece this right in. And now I'm going to come back in here and just tie my ribbon underneath. This is one of my favorite easy techniques. Doesn't require tying a bow, which sometimes can give you a headache. You just tie a knot, tie it onto a piece that's already wrapped around the card, trim up the ends, and there you go, hey? Cute. Now just that would be gorgeous on its own, but I feel always compelled to add a little saying. So this little tag here comes from the same set. Can you tell it's got that same kind of circles pattern? You might have to pop out a few little circles there. But I'm going to use a stamp set that comes in this super collection, and it's called Brightest Glow. I really like the way that this looked here, so I think I'm going to stamp that one again. Let Your Heart Be Light. Using the same color, the Evening Evergreen. Just going to ink that up and stamp that on there. This is a really nice one too because it's kind of diagonal. You don't have to worry about doing it straight. And stamping onto a circle is even better because then you just straighten out the circle, right? That's one of my favorite little tricks too. If you're worried about stamping straight, see if you can punch it or cut it out after, or do it onto a circle, and then you don't have to worry about whether you're stamping it straight or not, because at least you can glue it on straight. Now you might have to be kind of wary about where you're putting your adhesives here. Don't put it too far over to the side because it might hang over the edge. Ta-da! Let Your Heart Be Light. Isn't that pretty? Now, I didn't include this in the instructions, but when I saw that 𝙬𝙧𝙚𝙘 last night, I couldn't even resist, and I felt compelled to put 𝙬𝙧𝙚 on this card too. So, if you are feeling the same as me and you want to add a little bit more onto your card, I think you could, just add a little dab onto all of those embossed stars. And that just adds so much more texture, depth, sparkle, shine. Pretty. And it says push on here. You only have to push on it to get it started. So when you're first starting your 𝙬𝙧𝙚, it's going to come with a black ring right here in the middle. And that's so that you don't puncture the reservoir and have it leak everywhere. Let me show you here. The 𝙬𝙧𝙚 comes looking like this. You have this black ring here. So you're going to open it up, and you're not going to have any solution in there. What you're going to have to do, and the instructions are enclosed, but who reads anyways? You're going to have to remove that little ring, and then you're going to put this in, which is going to puncture that little reservoir, and now you're going to push. So that's how you get the solution flowing here. Once you get it flowing into the reservoir, you never really have to push that again. It will just continue flowing after that. So try to resist from pushing, otherwise you'll have a big glob. After you get it started in the beginning, then you're good to go. So pretty. 𝙬𝙧𝙚 is just one of my favorites ever. That really adds a lot. You might not be able to see it on camera as much, but let's see if we can pick it up. You see how with that glimmer paper is just shining through a little bit, and then anywhere else is just highlighted a little bit more. Yeah, the black dimensionals they just disappear on this card, don't they? Big difference from here where I use the white dimensionals, right? You can kind of see them everywhere. So yeah, those black dimensionals are good to have in your little toolbox. Okay, as you're finishing up your project, I'll show you where these supplies come from. Everything on this card comes from the mini catalog. Nothing from the annual catalog. And every single thing comes from one page of the mini catalog. That's a good page, isn't it? So on page 30 and 31, this Lights Aglow suite is just spectacular. I call it a mega suite. And the reason for that in my head is because it actually includes 2 bundles in this suite. The first bundle is with a stamp set called Christmas Lights. And this doesn't include any sayings, it just includes beautiful imagery, and it's all made up of these amazing little dots and stars. Can you see the detail on that? So this has a coordinating die pack, which is the one that I've used a lot on your card here. This die pack is really fun and unique because it includes an outline, which you can use to cut out the stamped images, and it also includes a detailed overlay, which you can use in conjunction. How I use them together is I just put a bit of washi tape to hold them in place, and then you can cut out even 48 of these really lickety-split because you're not having to position it every single time. You just put it onto the paper, run it through, and then it cuts out and die cuts and embosses this little centerpiece here. So that's a really fun way of using this. Isn't it great how you can use it along with this set? Can you imagine stamping this in Versamark ink and then putting some gold or silver embossing powder over the top, and how stunning that would look? Actually, I'm just looking at the catalog here, and they've totally done that on one of these samples. So pretty, right? And then also included in this die pack here is a snowflake version of that same sort of thing. So this snowflake can definitely cut out, this stamped image. Oh, you know what? I haven't even used this one yet. It can cut out the stamped image, or you can use it with this little die piece here, and then that will nest right inside the larger die. Now my friend, club member, and a demonstrator on my team, she's 3 in 1. Her name is Sarah, and she made this gorgeous card as a part of our demonstrator swap. And she did that exact thing on this beautiful snowflake that she made out of glimmer paper. Isn't that stunning? Such a simple design, really, but you open that up and you just go, wow, right? So thank you so much for making that gorgeous card, Sarah. I love that. Very inspiring. Then you can also use this little string of lights in a few different ways. You can, of course, use it as like a little banner, or you could just cut out the outline of this and then have this cut a few different times on the paper that you've already cut out with this outline, right? And have like a few garlands going past there. Also included in this pack are these great little stars, which we used on our vanilla background paper. So these are the positionable stars here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then you can even have a star for the top of your tree if you want to add a little bit more. This one here cuts out the stamped image. And look at this cute little tree. Did you guys notice that in the stamp set? Look at how tiny it is and adorable. And it has its own little die cut too. So you could make a whole row of these, or just one little mini tree to just take that card up a notch. Isn't it pretty? Isn't this fun? I really like this pack. So also included in this mega suite is another duo. Another bundle and save 10%. We're just saving you all kinds of money over here. I laugh because you guys know I own all of these things. I am just like you, probably even worse. I fall in love with everything. This Brightest Glow stamp set that I used has so many gorgeous sayings. So it has that Merry Christmas that I used for the inside of the card. It has Let Your Heart Be Light. 'Tis the Season I used on my other sample as well. You've got Happy Holiday Season Greetings, and then some great sayings for the inside of your card too. And the dies that go along with this one are really unique because they have no images that they coordinate with, right? Other than like a tag that you can stamp some of those sayings onto, right? So you've got a more long tag, you've got a shorter tag, and both of them include this gorgeous stitching and some little cutout pieces. And then these pieces are really cool. So this doesn't cut on this side and this side. What you would get if you die cut this is all the little circles in the circle. So if you wanted to use that in conjunction with another shape, you could, or you could just use this as your cardstock background and then add some layers on top, or even just stamp a saying on the middle of that. Same sort of thing with this one here, which could be, you know, depending on how you use it, you can have it as a snowfall, or you could even have it as bubbles in a glass, or maybe New Year's or a wedding or something like that. This doesn't cut around the top and the sides. This will only cut out all the circles. So it's a really fun and versatile die that you can use. You've got some more dies here of these little snowflakes that are repositionable. And then this little die here, of course, was our great tag that we stamped onto. And then you got a fun little swirly here too. So I don't know how you can decide between the two of those. I think that they work all together. So that's why I'm like, this has to be like a super mega suite, because the Brightest Glow and then the dies that go along with it, and then the Christmas lights and the beautiful dies that go along with that. Also included in the suite are some other products that we used on this card. Many of you received, well, actually no, it was all of you that received this beautiful gold satin edged ribbon. It's also got a vanilla color in there, but it almost reads like another secondary gold color. I love this ribbon. It's super elegant, great for Christmas, but you could use that any time of year. We didn't use these pearls on this card, but this was our Scotty Dog Eye. And we used two of the colors of this glimmer paper, either the gold or the Evening Evergreen. The vanilla, you'll remember, was a part of that first card that I made. Then, of course, I showed you these designer series papers on the last one. And then I'm so sorry to say this, you guys, but everything is while supplies last. And this paper is already sold out and for the rest of the catalog period. Oh, brutal. So I'm not going to talk too much about that, but I sure hope that you enjoyed the pieces that I gave you as a part of your card here. So now is the part of the evening where we talk about what your favorite project was that we created. So get your fingers out, type, type, type. I see Michelle had to go. Oh, I'm so glad that you are full of ink and sparkles everywhere in your craft room. But I want to know, which card is your favorite? So are you liking snowflakes? Are you liking the reindeer? Scotty Dog? Are you liking the fun fold with the tree? So type, type, type. Even if you're watching this in the replay, I love seeing which projects are your favorite so that I can make more of that, give you a little bit more variety. I always try to do a lot of variety every time that we do our club. And so you'll get something cute, something that's quite artistic and requires a little bit of coloring, some that's a fancy fold, and then, you know, our bonus card could be anything. Oh, Shada's written she likes a Christmas tree. Oh, the Scotty Dog dismemberment. Oh, Carla, you are sick. I love it. That's awesome. I know, I have a hard time deciding too. I'm just loving the simplicity of this Scotty Dog layout. It's just so simple and clean, but you know, my heart goes to shiny, my eyes go to shiny, 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 and my heart goes to like a fun art project that I really felt like I got to interact with. And then, yeah, this one is just even more shiny, shiny, shiny. So I love them all. They're like my little babies, but I'm glad that you guys had some fun crafting along with me. Now, Next month, I have to talk to you about this. So next month is December of 2022, if you're watching this in the future. And this is going to be like a touch and go sort of situation. The Tuesday event is definitely happening. We're holding it a week earlier than when we would normally hold it, which is the third Monday and Tuesday of the month. And that's just to give you a little bit more time around Christmas, because I want you to be with your family. I want you to be writing in your Christmas cards and sending them out, right? So we're going to be holding it a week early. Let me look up the dates of that. But I actually am heading to Disneyland. So I'm so excited. We are getting back on the 12th, and I'm scheduled to run our Monday interactive video version of this on Monday, December 12th. This may or may not happen because my flight gets home quite late in the afternoon. I think it's set to arrive at 5:30. So we'll see if that ends up happening, but for sure, you can join me on December 13th at 7 o'clock here on Facebook Live, or you can catch the replay after that as well. So just let me know if you want to be a part of it, because I'm going to be having these projects ready to roll earlier than ever. And so I leave on the 5th, basically by December 1st. If you want to craft along with me at the live event, I need to know if the projects are needing to be ready for you so I can get them out to you before I leave for my trip, okay? So if you're watching this and you're not a club member and you're doing the drop-in from month to month, which is totally awesome and okay, just let me know earlier, okay, if you want to be a part of it. Then I'll make sure that you have your projects ready to go before I go on my trip. So let's just remind you one more time. I don't know if you saw it in the beginning, but my next time to see you is in person. I'm so excited about this. We're going to be making shaker cards and tags. You have 2 different dates that you can do it. One is this coming Sunday in the afternoon from 1 until 4. And one is this coming Tuesday, so a week from today. And we are going to be making shaker cards in these awesome designs. If Santa Claus is not your bag, or if you want to switch it up, I have a just snowflake version of that as well, which is perfect for all denominations, not just Christmas, but wonderful for celebrating just the snow of the season, right? These fun shaker cards will never do it justice on a video because they are just too much fun in person. So you can make these 9, well, you get 3 of each of these 3 cards, and a bonus card that I will include for you. So 10 cards total for $28. You can come on the Sunday or the Tuesday, or you can come the Sunday and the Tuesday, whatever you want to do. But my class is 2 days, and it's also 2 in 1. The second set of projects that you can make on either night are these set of tags. You're going to be making 5 of each of these tags. They come together in a breeze, you guys. They're so fun and fast, but they look really gorgeous. They're huge, hey? And you can make these 30 tags for a super discounted price of $30. Just to get this kit alone from Stampin' Up, when it was offered as a current product, was $41 before shipping and handling and GST. So we're talking, it would have been probably $48. So this is a huge discount. I've had these stashed away for a special occasion, and this is it. My first in-person stamping event in my house in over 2.5 years. So I hope that if you're in the Edmonton area, reach out to me. If you're watching this video in the future, you may have missed the boat on this, but if you're watching this and it's before Wednesday, November 23rd, you can RSVP and get a bonus project if you decide to get these or these. So you can get up to 2 extra projects just by registering before my early bird deadline. So reach out to me. I can't wait to stamp with you in person. We're going to have such fun. And these cards, they look really fancy. They have a lot of wow factor with these shakers, but they come together really quickly and easily, which leaves us a lot of ability to chitty chat too, because I know we're going to have to do lots of that as well. So thank you for joining me. I hope to stamp with you very, very soon, maybe even in person. This weekend or next week. Maybe next month. Wouldn't that be fun? For our Christmas party? Oh, we'll have to dress up in our coziest pajamas, don't you think? So thank you again for joining me, and reach out to me if you'd like to make these projects and you don't have the supplies already, the prep supplies from me. I can ship them anywhere in Canada. I'd love to have you stamping along with me. So take care, you guys. Be well, and we'll hope to stamp with you very soon.